Alright, good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 11. Episode 10, we did some exploring to find some hard drives. And yeah, but today we're going to get back to some construction. But I wanted to start the episode off by this way because out of the hard drives, this is one of the ones we were wanting. The bolted iron plates. So I believe the whole recipe is more screws but less plates. I'm gonna have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And since we're still fishing for the screws alternative plan, screws alternative plan just changes ingots into screws, which I think is more screws. It might not be, but still it's a better exchange. But I'm stoked we found this one. This is the one we wanted right now. So in the meantime, I'm gonna put another hard drive in there, drop them off here. Let's go look at the base. So what I had told you guys last time was before I started building again, I wanted to make sure I got all the smelters out, figured out my logistics and everything like that. So what ended up happening, and I'll show you here in just a second once we get up here, is I had to move a lot. And I actually divided some stuff up. And when I started running the numbers of how many iron rods and stuff I needed and everything, some numbers actually worked out really well, and I'll show you that right now. I'll go up here. These ramps and stuff will eventually be changed out for walkways, so it'll look nice and clean and everything. So up here I have split two lines. So this line right here is a line of 13, just because if you remember we had three full lines of 26, so 13 up here, which is also it's part of the line that's the ones down there. So this line of 13 is part of this line too, which is 26. And then I didn't change anything down here that we made last time. This actually works out pretty well, so I'm not really touching it. I don't really like the sides too much, but they're okay. Whatever, we'll figure it out. And down there is the random one that is only running at half capacity. And the reason I left it, or I took it here rather than put it with the 24 that's way over there, is this is partially going to come here. Like, I think it's 5 ingots need to come here, and the 10 need to go over there. So I just wanted to kind of put it in a middle area and worry about it last. As you can see and then in the distance, I also have the other line of 26. Because I did have the two splitter lines I had down there that I originally started with all 4 down there. The problem is if you can see how far this extends, the line was right under here. So to split it like I did this one on each side, there's just not going to be enough room at all. Not even close. So I ended up tearing them up, making a line of 13 down there, and then the other 13 up here. And then I ended up moving the other line of 26 over to those 2 platforms over there. It spaces it out a little bit more. It uses more space, but we'll make it manage. I originally was going to make this just constructors, but seeing that I can put constructors and the smelters on the same platform of what I had in mind, I'm not really worried about it. So now what we need, and I'll talk about the 24. So that big blocky thing, I'll put a picture of it down there. Big blocky thing of that split into 24. I moved it out of there. I haven't attached it to the actual line, which is like right under there. I think that might be the merger or the splitter for it. But eventually I'll hook it up to there. But essentially, we've gotten all our splitters all up and running and at least connected to their splits. Now we need to move to constructors, and I'll move over here. I started to do it over here, and after I got this pretty cool little setup going, I realized these are for iron rods. Iron rods are 2 to 1, and I'm making them 1 to 1. So what this means is there's actually supposed to be double amount of these. So I need to cut this up and see where it lies. So I'm going to do a little destructive and building montage, and I'll be right back. All right, so that was a little bit of an endeavor. So essentially, what I ended up doing was, so I split these two lines, had one of them come up and over so I could drop down in here. The only problem is, just like I said with conveyors, you start running out of space. So what I ended up doing for the outer ones is I raised them up, took them all the way over here, and I ended up shifting them all sideways because I couldn't get a clean split with straight lines. So what I ended up doing is I just flipped them 90 degrees and hit a splitter with a elevator, and I just ran it all the way across. And then I had a, since I'm doing this way, I had to build it kind of like diagonal, and then I just filled in the space that I did have, and it actually looks not too shabby. It's gonna work too, which is nice. I don't know why, but in this playthrough, I've had so many of these guys just randomly like, oh, I'm just gonna walk up in your base. I'm just gonna be chilling. I've never seen these guys be this aggressive. Usually they can't clip through things, but something happened where they're just clipping like crazy. Needless to say, so yeah, so that's the constructors for all of my. Actually, I need one more constructor, but I'm not going to do that till the end, till I have everything split out, because I need the constructor for the one that's down there. That's only going to be making 5 rods. But other than that, yeah, this is my constructor base for my iron rods. It's going to be interesting getting like walkways through here and stuff, because I'm going to probably have a walkway that just essentially goes across here, just so you can get under and see, and you don't have to do all this jumping crap. Just make and nice clean down here. Probably have a walkway through up here once all these have mergers and are getting let out. But yeah, it's not too shabby. So what's gonna end up happening off screen is I'm gonna end up figuring out where all the other constructors are gonna go, because out of, let's see how many constructors I still have to make. I know I think it's like 121. Let me just pull it up real quick. There it is. So item-wise, that's what we're using, but building-wise, let's see. So there's going to be 156 total, I believe. Go back to the game. Since we have 13, and then 2 per one, that's 26 constructors up here. So I still have to make 100 and some odd, 130 more constructors, something like that. Nutty. But first, while we're doing that montage, I ended up having the hard drive finished. So let's go ahead down there. See what we get. Hypertube. Boop. And we got the screws one. Nice. So now I can feel comfortable about doing the screws. Because what I was worried about was I could look up the numbers and everything. But if I don't have it right in front of me, like I can look at the constructor and say, oh, this needs, like it says 5 ingots or whatever. And that's great. But if I'm looking at the other one that's, I think 1-to-1, which is like 15 bars or something like that, I'm just gonna like it's gonna be confusing and everything. But needless to say, we got it, so that's awesome. I'll put another hard drive in there just to see what else we get. I know there used to be one that it was steel pipes and concrete, which made encased industrial beams. That might actually help out a lot if that's still in the game, because right now, looking at my steel plant that eventually I'm going to make, there's not enough iron here. I know I found one plans that that puts iron ingots into steel ingots with coal, which drops the amount of iron I need immensely. So maybe if I get the steel beam one, then or the steel pipe one into industrial beams, then maybe it will drop it more. But I'm gonna have to check it all out. But needless to say, just like our normal routine, let's end with a send off. I have enough for vehicle transport. That'll give me 3 more inventory slots, which is huge. So yeah, let's do it. And select milestone, send them off, and big red button goes boom.
Milestone reached. Long-range transportation, as well as the construction of outposts, is now encouraged. Vehicle stations have built-in functionality to refuel and restock or collect parts.
My pod wasn't here. Where's my pod? It didn't lift up. Where is it? Okay, well, that's a thing. But needless to say, guys, like I said, I'm going to start finishing off the constructors and making sure we get them all lined up. I might mess around with some vehicles on the next episode just so you guys can see what the vehicles are like. I should actually research some stuff for the MAM so I can get the Explorer, which is way better than... Because I think this one just gave me the truck, right? Let's check. Yeah, or the tractor. And those get a little wonky, but I can mess around with it for a little while. Other than that, like I said, if you guys liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, I'll be releasing a video of Satisfactory every day. And probably move on to World of Warcraft lore videos here in the next week or so. But we'll see. But keep an eye out for that. And give me any comments if any games you would like me to try or try to show off and make another series or just one-offs. Leave them in the comments below. Thank you guys and have a good day.